We get you to move forward just a little bit and then maintain your social distancing also that at the same time. We'll start off with the current situation.
Hey, good morning. Tim Perkins for Night Operations, CAL FIRE Team 4. Up in Division Bravo, Silverado Canyon, crews were actively engaged, tactical patrol. A lot of calls for service as that wind surfaced yesterday about 2 o'clock. The red flag winds definitely came in through Silverado. Out in Division Delta, crews were engaged. It was weather tested up there, wind tested as well. No movement on Division Delta. Down in Division Echo, Majeska Canyon area, same thing, tactical patrol. Crews were engaged with the community, calls for service out on Santiago and Majeska Grade. Division Mike, as the wind surfaced, we got a lot of cat eyes, a lot of oak trees that we found some fire in that crews actively took care of. Out on Division Tango, same thing. The line held, no issues. Continued the tactical patrol on the north side near Irvine Lake. End report.
All right, your management objectives continue to be provide for and maintain public and first responder safety by utilizing the incident safety analysis, ensure COVID-19 precautions and best practices are met at all times, protect values at risk, including infrastructure, improvements, private and public lands, natural and cultural resources, and foster and maintain relationships with all of our cooperators and stakeholders. We'll ensure a coordinated, timely, and accurate release of public information, and will be financially responsible for all management and fire suppression tactics. Your control objectives continue to be keep the fire north of Live Oak Road, keep the fire south of Black Star Canyon, and keep the fire east of the 241 Toll Road, and keep the fire west of the North Main Divide. Next up, we'll have weather.
All righty, good morning, everybody. Rich Thompson, instant meteorologist. First and foremost, red flag warning is still in effect for the area through this evening. So red flag warning until 10 o'clock this evening for this entire area. That being said, big thing to watch out for is going to be winds. Last night, as Night Ops said, you had some wind gusts that surfaced around 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. We're gusting about 30 to 50 miles per hour. The winds have slacked off the last couple hours, but with the sun coming up again, you'll see some of those winds aloft start mixing down. So probably through the morning hours, you can see gusts, generally peak gusts in the windier spots anywhere from 30 to 40, maybe even 45 miles per hour. But then by this afternoon, those winds will start to decrease, probably about 20 to 30 miles per hour, 35 miles per hour. This afternoon, that even a bit weaker and more localized tonight into tomorrow morning, probably localized gusts around 20 to 30 miles per hour from the northeast. And so this afternoon, this evening, as those winds do decrease in speed, you have to watch out for. In some canyons, you might actually get a kind of reversal of the winds, kind of that a very weak up valley, up canyon sort of thing, battling those lingering northeast winds. Kind of heads up for that out there. You might get some squirrely winds in some of the canyons as those Santa Ana winds decrease. Humidity's going to be low teens, single digits today. Recoveries tonight going to be very poor.
Morning, everybody. Tim Chavez, Fire Behavior. So a couple things I want you to think about today. Chief Perkins talked about how in Division Mike and Tango, there's still some remnants of heat in those areas. There's tremendous unburned or scorched canopy, and the infrared did show some lingering heat in those areas. So a flare up in those areas, you don't want to be downwind of it while that's going on, even though the consequences of it are not significant because of the giant burn that's downwind. You still don't want to get in the way of that. The other thing to think about today is everybody needs to do a risk analysis of where they're at for the fuels around your area and anticipate a wind change 90 degrees and 180 degrees, because in those areas where the Santa Ana is going to weaken and completely collapse, the sea breeze could penetrate, come back on shore, and it'll cause that battling wind that Rich was talking about. So evaluate your fuels in those areas. Evaluate what would happen if the wind changed 90 degrees or 180 degrees. And think about Stephen Rucker, who died in Julian on the Cedar Fire on a day very much like today when the sea breeze came back on shore.
Good morning, Nocella Funes, Resource Unit Leader. Roll call will be held at your division breakouts this morning, but I will be introducing your line leadership. Branch 1/5, John Frederick. Division Bravo / Yankee, Jason Novak. Trainee Ron Earls. Division Delta / Echo, Hector Medrano. Division Mike / Tango, Dan Bonfonte.
Good morning, everybody. Mike Petro, Operations Section Chief, Trainee. We'll start over here with the combination of now Bravo, Yankee. That's the entire Silverado Canyon area. This shift was on duty when we repopulated that area. Those residents are back in there. Please be heads up for those folks that are driving in and out, answering calls for service and interacting with the public. You're ambassadors of your own agency, but as well as the team and of the local organization. Please be attentive to that. If you find yourself in a difficult situation answering questions, please work that up the chain of command. But we'll be continuing to work in there and amongst the homes, making sure that we've mopped up everything completely and patrolling through the entire Silverado Canyon area. Moving up into Delta Echo, please be boots on the ground. That area did get wind tested. There will be some suppression repair starting in that area today. But again, we want to continue to grid that area out. Walk that thoroughly, get as deep into the burn scar as possible, make sure that we've mopped that up completely. As we work our way to the bottom part of Echo, that's the community of Majeska, again, repopulated. Please be attentive to that. You'll be working amongst the residents in there, answering calls for service, much like Silverado. Through the balance of the fire and Mike and all the way up into Tango, again, the body of the fire. If you see it, please go after it and get it. Reminder that those residents will be opening, later in the week, we'll be reopening the area completely and taking down the soft closure. So taking care of those smokes now alleviates problems as we move towards the later part of the week. Much the same as we work up the top of Tango, continue to reinforce the line in that area and gridding that out. Thank you.
Then for Suppression Repair Branch, Henry Herrera. And Group, Alvin Taylor. And then Staging, Gordon Levine.
Suppression repair work began over in Tango yesterday. They were doing fence repair, starting to work on the roads and grading those out. They're working from north to south. They will be moving down into the Delta Echo area today, as I mentioned. Please, those suppression assets, be aware that they'll be working in those areas, and they'll be eventually moving down into Echo and working on the Silverado or the Santiago Truck Trail. If you have any needs, please work that up chain of command, and we'll get that over to suppression repair. Thank you.
Good morning, Jason Williams, Incident Safety Trainee. So please turn to page 11 and 12 in your IP for the safety message in the 215A. The phrase of the day today is stay the course. This is day 2 of our red flag conditions. It's windier, drier, warmer than we've seen in the past 5 days. The potential is still there. The fuels are still critically low. But I want to thank you for being safe out there. You guys have done a great job with your driving speeds, coordinating and giving PR opportunities to the neighbors and residents. Please stay the course, stay safe. Let's get through the rest of this shift nice and easy. Thank you.
Good morning, Bon. Greg Bradshaw, Air Operations, CAL FIRE IMT-4. You know, as the end grows near, we start to think about more that are dear. But until we're all home with our toes in the sand and a cool drink in our hand, Air Operations will continue to support you in meeting your operational objectives. Today, we will continue to do that from the El Toro Helibase. We have 3 Type 3 aircraft, 2 Type 2 aircraft, and 3 Type 1 aircraft. Included in those numbers are 3 night flying aircraft and 2 rescue ships. Clear skies, full hearts, bond strong.
Good morning, I'm Steve McGarry, Medical Unit Leader, CAL FIRE Team 4. The medical plan can be found on page 15. So we'll have CalMat here in camp to the south of us under the lone palm tree, physician on duty, here to help you guys, and there's plenty of supplies. We'll have line medics and ground ambulances throughout the fire. If you do need any assistance, please follow the emergency reporting instructions in box 6. Thank you.
We'll have closing comments from our Unified Incident Commanders.
Good morning, Ron Roberts, Orange County Fire, one of your Unified Incident Commanders. I'm definitely not a poet, and so I won't be able to match what Air Ops had just talked about. But I do want to say thank you again for coming out, being here, and digging deep and being able to reach down and get that energy that we need to put this fire to bed. Today is going to be another day that we're going to ask you to go out there and really push hard. Let's hold on to what we have. As you've heard, red flag conditions. We've got a lot of potential out there. Please, let's put this down. Let's be done with it so that we can all get home. We're 2 weeks away from Christmas. I know your families would like to see you. You want to get home, so please, let's just dig hard today. And thank you for being here, being safe, and we appreciate that you're here. Thank you. Have a safe shift.
All right, a few reminders. We'll ask the Command and General Staff to stay near their stage in case there's any questions that weren't covered during the briefing. Unassigned resources will be in the very back near the IAP table. Fire suppression repair to the back left, my left, where the sandwich boards are. And the remaining branches and divisions are around the briefing area. And lastly, any staging resources will be stage right over here. Thank you very much. Have a safe shift.